What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the data points, what's moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is up 6.6%, showing some signs of it being once again alive. 493 the high, 463 the low, and about 46 million shares being traded. So overall, a pretty successful day. When it comes down to it, we did get some manufacturing data late last night, and it is kind of inconsistent. So looks like a lot of the smaller kind of entities, smaller control groups, they did a little bit better than the forecast. On a larger scope, not so much. So again, very inconsistent, but it does kind of match with this right here. So I know I kind of mentioned how this week we were going to have the foundation of potential stimulus. So they're going to be doing a plan, a roadmap for the next several years up to 2030. And so generally, even though we won't have anything concrete, most likely set in stone, at least if they're open to stimulus, that might give a little bit of hope. And based on a lot of the recent data, no different than last night, it is fair to assume that we will be getting some sort of stimulus. So that's one thing that's really pushing a lot of Chinese stocks higher. So we do have Li up 1 point, or now 1%, Xpeng up 1.8, and then you have NIO up a little bit higher. And the reason why they are doing a little bit better is because there was a pretty good article kind of highlighting about Barclays and how they do feel that NIO's weekly orders are improving, largely because of a lot of their current promotions. So at the end of the day, that's kind of a good thing. So all in all, a lot of different moving parts, but I think also in NIO's case, it's been hit excessively hard lately, a lot of which, again, as I've mentioned, has been due to shorts doubling and tripling down. In today's case, they are returning about 167,000 shares. 7.7% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 158.1 million shares overall being shorted. So as I kind of mentioned in my pre-market video as well, we actually do have more shares on loan than being shorted. So the whole naked shorting that has been ongoing since pretty much September, that has officially gone away for right now. So again, that's kind of a good thing. Aside from that though, you can kind of see from the teal line right here at the peak, shorts were increasing about 441,000 shares. So shorts just didn't wake up today. So that's, in my opinion, always a good positive. Aside from that, looking at the options, 2.2 million in calls, 1.09 in puts, and then 44% of all the options being done today are bullish in nature. So a lot of big money is getting into NIO, primarily through common stock, not really being played through options. On a side note, with their earnings coming right around the corner, it looks like the expected move is 8.1%, so that's roughly a 40-cent move in either direction. So that hasn't actually changed for a while now, which is rather interesting. So nothing really crazy, I guess, anticipated. So everyone's just kind of waiting for NIO just to whisper those sweet nothings about being fully profitable. So that's going to be a pretty big catalyst. From a bull standpoint, you see consensus for it to be roughly around 5. It looks like a lot of the bulls are now kind of placing their bets for NIO's earnings. So it looks like people are anticipating for it to be a little bit more volatile than the 8.1%, because it looks like some individuals are assuming $6 and above could be potentially on the table. Bears are anticipating for it to be between that 450 and 5. So definitely based on all of that, there is a lot more upside. So far, only one transaction occurring on the secondary market. It is a sell for 111,000. Dark pool seems to be very, very active, and we do have a lot of hold numbers right here. So hedge funds are kind of buying NIO because, again, like I said, shorts aren't really doing that much, and it's primarily shorts and hedge funds that use the dark pool. So it is fair to assume that all of this, most of this, is hedge funds. So it's definitely, they feel a little bit more confident, I guess, getting into NIO as of right now. With it at 489 though, it is slightly above this pivot point. So it is and did generally bounce off of this S1 yesterday. So 449 is a very good support level. So we kind of know that going forward, as long as they can close above that 488, then we could be seeing a nice kind of renewed level of optimism. So we might see a nice push higher based on the technicals. So just watch for it to close above 488. We do have roughly around 9 minutes left in the trading day, so just kind of keep that in mind. Aside from all of that fun stuff on the actual chart itself, it is above that 50-day moving average. So nothing really don't jump to conclusions just yet, because typically we do need 2 consecutive days above a key level to really signal a trend. So tomorrow is going to be a very big day for it to close above that 50-day moving average as well. And then if so, then you could see some very similar price action to what happened in the second week of February. So just kind of watch for that. But aside from that, stochastic RSI is extremely oversold. So that again is something positive. No new analyst ratings, mind you. So even though Barclays did come out kind of saying that their weekly delivery numbers are increasing, it's still, they didn't give any rating at all, and there really hasn't been that much in articles. So overall, I think NIO is doing pretty a-okay given all the circumstances. So just kind of watch for a couple of those key levels to watch for, or support levels, but definitely, as I've been mentioning even yesterday and many other days, many other videos, best thing that you can do is just dollar cost average. NIO's price action is very frustrating, but if you dollar cost average over the long term, it'll kind of work itself out. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you generally doing with NIO? One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.